The White Room of Chillingham Castle, a ghost story for telling aloud. They say every stone in Chillingham Castle holds a secret, but none darker than the White Room. Now, let me take you back to the summer of 2021. An American travel blogger, young, curious, brave, named Samantha Greene came all the way to England, chasing legends and ghost stories. Her blog was full of castles, haunted inns, midnight whispers caught on tape. But what she found at Chillingham, she never wrote about. She booked a single night in the castle, asking specifically for the White Room. The staff were friendly enough, but when she mentioned where she'd be sleeping, their smiles faltered. Their eyes lingered. "You'll be the only guest in that wing," said the receptionist, forcing a tight smile. "And don't mind the cold. The heating never quite works there." Samantha just laughed. She thought it was part of the charm. She'd done this before. Old buildings creak, shadows play tricks. That's what makes for good content, right? The White Room was beautiful, but strange. It wasn't just white, it was colourless. Pale walls, ivory curtains, a white canopy bed, like someone had tried to erase the past, to bleach out the memory of something. All except one thing, a tall, antique mirror. It stood beside the fireplace, bolted to the wall. Unlike everything else, it didn't belong. Its frame was dark, carved with twisted vines and some strange script, letters no one could read. That night, Samantha set up her camera to record herself while she slept. Maybe she'd catch something eerie. Harmless fun. But at 3:12 in the morning, she woke with a gasp. Sat bolt upright like someone had pulled her from a nightmare. The room was silent. Then, knock, knock, knock. 3 soft raps on the door. She held her breath. "Hello," she called. No answer. She crept out of bed, opened the door. The hallway was empty. She laughed nervously. Good content, she whispered to herself, trying to shake it off. But then came the sound. A slow, dragging breath. Not from the hallway, not from the fireplace, from the mirror. She turned on her phone's flashlight and approached it, her heart pounding. The glass was fogged up, like someone had exhaled from the other side, and written in the condensation, one word, stay. She backed away, trembling. The room turned icy. Her breath clouded the air, and without warning, the fireplace roared to life. But the flames were blue. That was enough. She grabbed her blanket and fled, spending the rest of the night curled up in the castle library. She didn't sleep. She just waited for morning. When the sun finally rose, she returned to the room with 2 staff members. The mirror was shattered. Not cracked, shattered. As if something inside had been trying to break out. On the floor lay her camera. She picked it up and checked the footage. At first, she was just sleeping, peacefully. Then, 3:12 a.m., her eyes opened, wide, empty, and in a voice that was not her own, she said, "He's still in the walls. He never left." She stood, walked to the mirror, and whispered something, a language no one's been able to identify. And then, the footage cuts to black. Samantha never posted the video, never spoke publicly about that night, but ask around and you'll hear things. Staff who quit after a night shift, guests who wake at 3:12 a.m. swearing they hear footsteps just beyond the door. And that mirror? It was never replaced. Because they say, if it's ever returned to the wall, he, the one who never left, will show his face. So if you ever find yourself at Chillingham Castle and someone offers you the White Room, you might want to say no, just in case.